Okay, so this is just a scimitar mission. We're using a Romulan Warbird as a scimitar. We're breaking in a new guide to the game, so that's why we're doing the scimitar mission. It's a good one for that. I've got a Negh'var class with the battle station's flagship card, advanced weapon system. Worf is my captain, and Buka is there to repair some damage when it comes. My brother's trying out his brand new
2nd Division Scimitar battlecruiser.
What do you got on her?
Ducat, because there's no other captains. I got a Metaclon, who does the extra 1 defense dice, and a Metigan, sorry, extra 1 defense dice. Metaclon converts a blank into a hit. And I got some capture intelligence for some extra dodge. Over here, our friend Travis is fielding the Koranak with Wayun 7 on it for the extra crew. He's got a Shroud, some Tetrion emissions that add a defense dice. Dorsal weapons array, nobody should be without that. Enhanced weapons, Bohica, Extanarax, and Glintel.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, the Klingons, the Dominion, and the Cardassians are going to pick on the Romulans, and we'll see if we can take out their experimental warbird here. Okay, so this is the first turn here. My Negh'var class has moved forward 1 and just cloaked. I didn't want to get too close, which is good because he came right in between my friend and I. Is that the Koranak?
Koranak,
yeah. The Koranak there. He did a 3 turn the other way.
4.
4, sorry. And the Dominion cruiser just did a 2 strike. So we're right, he's directly right in between us. No one's fired, and we'll see how this goes. Anyway, so that's our second turn here. It came towards my Negh'var class. He hit me with for 2 damage. I fired, or the cruiser fired first and hit him for 1 shield, and I knocked off 4 other shields from him. So he's only down to 3 shields. Now his cloak comes off once all those shields are down, so that'll be nice. Yeah, that's how it's looking so far. Looking pretty good for us, I think. Forgot to use my advanced weapon system, so my ship just came out of cloak from firing. That was silly on my part. Okay, Worf is dead. My brother rolled 7 attack dice for him. It was 7 hits. I only had 6 defense dice. I think I rolled 1 evade, and I didn't have battle stations. So that battle stations card was like no good because I had to cloak. I forgot to use that advanced weapon system. I don't know if that would have saved me anyway. Yeah, that was not good for me. So it still got 3 shields left. The cruiser fired at it, but it dodged everything. We'll see how this goes. Okay, the Dominion has the Romulan experimental warbird here, the scimitar cornered. It's down to only 1 shield. The battlecruiser, it fired at the battlecruiser, it didn't do anything to the battlecruiser. I roll half blanks when I'm firing at my brother. He fires at me, all hits. Anyway, he fired back and brought down to within 1 shield. So if it gets hit again, it's going to lose its cloak, and then it'll only be moving 2 instead of 3. So it's looking not too bad. Okay, so the Koranak used, what was that thing called?
Glintel.
Glintel to add or take down somebody. 2 of the Romulan's attack dice. Yeah. And so when it fired at the battleship, it didn't cause any damage. But it's out of the cruiser's firing arc. When the Koranak fired at it, it didn't do any damage. So no damage was done whatsoever. It still got its shields, and it's still cloaked. Okay, this looked like it was going to be a bad round, but actually this was a good round for the Dominion. The scimitar fired and stripped the cruiser of its shields, but then the Koranak used its dorsal weapons array, took off the last shield, and got a crit through. The crit was injured captain, doesn't do anything, but still, the scimitar now only has, it's dropped out of cloak, it can be target locked. What else? It only moves 2, it only has 2
defense dice.
Instead of 6 defense dice. So things are looking really good for the Dominion. That was the shot that turned the tide right there. Okay, so the cruiser now the cruiser did a come about, so it's got a stress token, and the Koranak did a hard turn, so it's got a stress token. The scimitar fired on the cruiser and did like 5 damage, so the cruiser only has 1 hull point left. The cruiser fired back and did 2 more damage to the scimitar. So the scimitar is not looking as well either, but it still has 5 hull left to the cruiser's 1, so we'll see what happens. The new guy that we're breaking in has the only ship that's in good shape right now. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so the worst possible thing that the scimitar could have done, it moved forward 2 because it doesn't have the cloak anymore, and the battlecruiser moved right in behind it but was facing the wrong way. It didn't really matter. The scimitar fired, blew the cruiser to pieces, and now just the Koranak left, untouched, but against the scimitar. Yeah, so now the just cat and mouse, as my brother just said, with the Koranak and the scimitar. Okay, it looks like it's anybody's game now. So we skipped a few turns just as the Koranak was moving in. The scimitar stripped the Koranak of all its shields, but the Koranak fired back and did a bunch of damage, including 2 criticals. A weapons malfunction, so now the scimitar only fires 5 dice, and it's got a warp core breach. So every turn, he's got to roll to see if he blows up. So yeah, that's looking pretty well. It could be anybody's game because the Koranak has no shields left, but the scimitar only has 1 hull left.
Yeah.
Okay, so our new guy won. The scimitar fired at him and didn't do any damage. He used Tetragon emissions and got exactly what he needed to evade the 5 incoming dice. But then when he fired back, he blew the scimitar all to pieces. And yeah, scimitar is a really good one for breaking in new people because you get to do the maneuvers and stuff, but it's they're not being killed by experienced people. Or wusses like my brother and I, because we were.
I hear dead people.